What is happening? So, welcome back to my channel. So, in this video, I am predicting the championship table for this upcoming season. So, this is the first time I'm going to try and do a video on tier lists. So, apologies if it's not going to be as well as you expect it to be. So, let's crack on. I'll start with the relegation zone. So, in bottom, I'll put Lincoln. Decided to put them down there because they got promoted and they've lost their manager, which just means they're not ready for the new season and they've not done enough business to make him a competitive team in this league. In 23rd, I'll put. Who should I put 23rd? I think I'll put Cardiff in 23rd because they've also not done much business this summer. They also don't seem to be ready to be a competitive team in this league. I think they'll do better on Lincoln, but still not well enough to stay up. 22nd, I'm putting Blackburn. They have got Tony Mowbray back, and they ended up staying up last season, but this season's championship looks very tough, so I think they may well be going down. 21st, just above relegation zone, I've put Bolton, put them down there because they've done some business. They've been quite busy this summer with the transfers, so I think they might just stay up. In 20th, I've put Watford, put them down there because they always finish bottom half. They've been finishing mid-table since they got relegated in 2022, I think it was. Also, they keep changing managers when it's not needed. Plus, this time they've got an inexperienced manager who's never managed in England before, and that's just what most clubs do when they appoint a manager that has never managed in this league before. They have a slow start and possibly a relegation scrap. Moving on to 19th, I've put Charlton. I put Charlton there because they've got a good manager, Nathan Jones, who kept him up last season and they were expected to go down. So if I was a Charlton fan, I would expect Nathan Jones to keep him up for a second season. In 18th, I've put Pompey. Put Pompey down there because they've also got a good bottom half championship manager. John Messina, he kept him up last two seasons, and I think despite the league being tough this season, he'll be able to keep them up for a third season. 17th, I put West Brom. Put them down there because they didn't have a good season last season. They were struggling even with a squad that was not really that bad. They've got some good players like Mikey Johnston, but when they got James Morrison last season, they started to do much better. They came from the relegation zone to staying up despite their points deduction. So that's why I'm putting him 17th. Moving on to 16th, I'll put Stoke. Put them there because they always somehow just finish bottom half, even if they've got a decent squad. And they've also got a good manager, Mark Robins. They have done some business this summer. They've got Ethan Galbraith. They've got Sumare, who was with us last season. And they've got some other players. but I still think they'll finish bottom half. 15th, I put QPR. I put QPR there because they finished 15th last 2 seasons in a row. They have done some business, but I don't think they'll finish any higher because this season's championship just looks very tough. In 14th, I've put Bristol City. They've appointed a decent manager, Scabala, who got Lincoln promoted last season from League One. I'm not sure whether he's quite ready to be a championship manager, but they've done some business. They've got Talai from Plymouth, who was one of our best players last season. And they're being linked with some decent players, so I think they'll finish around there, but not any higher because this season's championship just looks like the toughest it's been in a while. 13th, I put Preston North End. They have got a good manager, Paul Heckingbottom. I do rate him, but I just can't see him finish top half because of how tough this league looks like it's going to be this season. But they have done a bit of business. They've got Alfie Devine for big money. That's a good signing. He did well last season. So, yeah, that's where I think they'll finish. 12th, just above Preston, I put us, Sheffield United. This summer's been quite worrying for us. We've not done enough business. We've only signed 2 players, Matt Doherty and Donovan, who's not had enough experience. I am starting to panic a bit. Many think we'll finish bottom half again, but I'm backing Wilder to get us 1 place better than last season. Yeah, I'm starting to panic. I think we need a couple more centre halves and another winger who's more experienced than Donovan to replace Brooks, who was, I think, a big loss, and we're potentially losing Aimer and possibly even Peck. So we've got more business to do. I think we need a good 4 or 5 more signings to do with. We want to finish top half. 11th, just above us, I've got Swansea. They've done some good business this summer. They've got some good plays from top flight clubs abroad, and they've got that Celtic centre half, can't remember his name, but they've made a few good signings, so I'm pretty sure they'll finish top half. In 10th, I've put Birmingham City. That's where they finished last season. I think it's where they will again this season. They've got some decent players. They made some good business last summer, but this summer not as much. They've got Dale Fry, who's a good centre half, but I just think they'll finish mid-table again because this season's championship just looks tough. 9th, I put Wrexham. They did finish 7th last season, which would be playoffs this season, but this league this season is just looking very tough, so I don't think they'll make the playoffs. So I'm putting Millwall in 8th. They have done some good business. They have still got Alex Neil as a decent manager, but as this championship is looking tough, I just can't see him finish 3rd again like last season. In 7th, I've put Derby. they've got a decent squad. They've got Sammy Smodic's run of the year on loan. He's a good player, and they've still got John Hughes, a decent manager. So they finished 8th last season, which would be playoffs this season, and I think they might finish one better. In 6th, I've put Norwich. They've been very busy this summer. They've got Andre Brooks from us, and they've also got a decent manager that got them from relegation zone to 9th last season. So that's where I think they'll finish. In 5th, I've put Burnley. I think I would have put him higher if they still had Scott Parker. I think they should have kept him despite getting relegated. And they haven't signed anyone that exciting, but they've kept most of their players, so I think they'll finish at least in the playoffs, but don't think they're anywhere near good enough for autos. In 4th, I've put Southampton. I actually think they'll win the playoffs unless they spy again, but despite their point deduction, I think they'll finish 4th based on the squad they've got, because I think it's looking decent. In 3rd, I'm putting Middlesbrough. I think Middlesbrough will have their best season in a while. They always just do very well till sort of the business end of the season, and then they seem to fall apart and finish round 4th or 5th at best. I think this season they'll finish 2 places high. They've done some good business. They've got Will Lancashire and they've got a few more good signings. So I think they'll be pushing for autos, but end up 3rd. Autos 2nd, I've got Wolves. I think they'll have a very good season. I'm pretty sure they'll go straight back up because they have lost Rob Edwards, but they've still got some of their best players. They've got Jimenez back. They've got Kieran Trippier. So I just don't see why they shouldn't be in the race for autos. And title winners, I've got West Ham. They just have a lot of money. They've still got Bowen. They've still got Nuno and most of their good players. They have lost Somerville, but they've still got some of their best players, so I just don't see why they shouldn't win the league. So anyway, that's my predictions done for this season. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe. But for now, I'll see you next time.